PS5 is unstoppable in 2023, a Spider-Man 2 PC version hits online, Microsoft CEO hints at becoming a publisher, and Baldur's Gate 3 to avoid all subscription services. All that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get to them. Let's jump into sales highlights where the PS5 was unstoppable in the US and Europe in December and all of 2023. In the US, Sony's console led December sales in both units and dollars, contributing to a $1.6 billion total hardware spending alongside the Xbox Series. For 2023, the PS5 remained the best-selling console, countering declines for the Xbox Series and Switch, all three totaling $6.6 billion. PS5's dollar sales set a new record, surpassing December 2022's high for Sony. Turning to games, top titles in December included Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Hogwarts Legacy. The WB title secured the best-selling game of 2023, breaking the streak of Call of Duty and Rockstar games since 2008. However, Call of Duty maintained its franchise dominance, with Modern Warfare 3 ranking 2nd and Modern Warfare 2 at 7th, marking 15 consecutive years at the top. On PlayStation platforms, Hogwarts Legacy led the chart, followed by Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Player engagement showcased familiar titles such as Fortnite, Call of Duty HQ, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Roblox. Interesting that Power Wash Simulator climbed from the 318th spot to number 9, fueled by PS Plus subscriptions. Total software sales for December in the US reached $5.7 billion, up 3% over the previous year. And for 2023, sales reached nearly $48 billion, a 1% growth over 2022, driven by a 13% surge in digital premium downloads. Accessories, particularly gamepads, experienced growth in December, reaching $584 million. For 2023, accessories grew by 4%, totaling $2.6 billion, with a 7% rise in gamepads. The DualSense Edge claimed the top spot in dollar sales for accessories. Overall, the gaming industry finished below Circana's forecast of 3% growth, with a minimal 1% against 2022, totaling $57.2 billion, and with December contributing $7.9 billion and 4% growth. While not a disappointment, the flat growth is somewhat disheartening, given the strong lineup of titles in 2023. For Sony, hardware excelled, and software highlights were Spider-Man 2, MLB The Show 23, and Final Fantasy XVI. Now let's head to Europe for a different perspective, but a somewhat similar scenario in the annual report from GameIndustry.biz. PS5 dominated as the best-selling console, boosting a 177% growth, given Sony improved its stock issues. It was followed by the Nintendo Switch dropping by 10%, the Xbox Series in third with an 18% decrease, and the PS4 making an appearance with a staggering 671% sales increase. Across tracked European markets, all consoles combined for 7.4 million units sold in 2023, a 42% increase over 2022. In games, EA Sports FC 24 led despite a 9% drop compared to FIFA 23, followed by Hogwarts Legacy. Top 10 titles included FIFA 23, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, Diablo 4, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Red Dead Redemption 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Spider-Man 2. Europe saw 182 million games sold during the year across PC and consoles, a 1.7% growth. PC led in sales, followed by PS5, Switch, PS4, and Xbox. Accessories in the region experienced a 9% increase with 20.5 million units sold, led by the DualSense controller. What do you think of these games' sales results for both the US and Europe? What about the monstrous PS5 sales? And which game surprised you in the top selling rankings? Voice your opinion in the comments. Let's move to games now, as an unofficial PC port of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 has surfaced online, created from a leaked build that ransomware attackers got from Insomniac Games last month. Twitter user PC Focus has shared some photos and videos on the PC build, which I won't share here, but you can see with the links in the description. And it reveals that the full game has been uploaded to torrent sites with a file size of about 256 gigs. The port contains the full game but is not optimized, and as a result is full of bugs and glitches. Insomniac Games has been taking measures against developers involved in this unofficial port, banning them from its Discord server, which allegedly led to one developer quitting the project. Sony will likely follow legal action against the unauthorized release, so fans are advised against downloading and installing this port, as they can be sent DMCA notices through internet providers, just like Insomniac did for anyone who downloaded the Wolverine build. Spider-Man 2 will end up launching on PC at some point officially, given Sony's commitment to PC ports. Larian Studios, however, is not committed to subscription services, as per CEO Sven Vinke, who said the company will not offer its games under that model. This was in response to Ubisoft executive Philippe Tremblay, who said in an interview with GameIndustry.biz that gamers needed to get comfortable with not owning their games for subscription services to take off. Speaking on Twitter, Bing expressed concerns about a future where subscription models dominate the gaming industry, stating that it could be detrimental for both developers and consumers. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a direct connection between developers and consumers, and doesn't want a select group deciding what content reaches a specific market in a subscription-based model. Bing does recognize the benefits of the model for the developers and users, but confirmed that Larian Studios would not participate in subscription services to ensure the classic gaming model remains valuable. Despite fears of subscriptions overtaking the market, the data doesn't support this, as Circana's Matt Piscatella pointed out on Twitter that subscription services have flattened and only account for 10% of game spending in the US. Do you prefer buying games to own, playing through a subscription, or a mix of both? Share your opinion in the comments. Next, Microsoft is giving more hints of becoming a multi-platform publisher, and this time comes from none other than Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. In a recent Bloomberg interview, Nadella said the company has a chance to become a quote-unquote good publisher on both Sony and Nintendo platforms.
And with now Activision, I think we have a chance of being a good publisher, quite frankly, on Sony and Nintendo and PCs and Xbox.
Then in another Q&A, Nadella reinforced they want to build and release games across all platforms in a reply to a question about the future of Xbox. We think that now we have the ability to really do what we have always set out to do, which is build great games and deliver them to folks across all platforms, which is Xbox and consoles, the PC, and now even including mobile gaming and cloud gaming. This follows a similar statement from CFO Tim Stewart back in December, and recent rumors of Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves being considered to launch on PlayStation and Switch. Nothing is set in stone yet, and Microsoft has said they would treat every game on a case-by-case basis, which is too ambiguous and the reason why everyone wonders about a title exclusivity after they announce a new game. But it's like executives are giving us a hint of what is going to happen in the coming months, and kind of confirming rumors in a way. We'll have to wait and see. Do you think Microsoft will publish more games on other platforms? Let us know in the comments. Now time for a round of quickfire gaming news. We now know the games that will be leaving the PlayStation Plus catalog next month. The list includes Tacoma, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Tekken 7, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, Oninaki, Lost Sphere, I Am Setsuna, Thomas Was Alone, Hue, and Lost Wars Beyond the Page. So if you're on PS Plus Extra or higher, this is your last chance to play any of these 13 games. They will all be leaving on February 13. Helldivers 2 has officially gone gold ahead of its scheduled launch on PS5 and PC. It seemed as if the title was gonna get delayed for a few weeks after the Sony CES press conference, but that ended up being a mistake, and Arrowhead has now reassured fans they can fight for peace this February 8th. The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is already out, and if you pre-ordered the full game not knowing about the upgrade path, then check your messages on PS5, as Sony has offered refunds as a goodwill gesture to anyone who pre-ordered the full game while owning a PS4 digital copy. Now that the game is out, you can complete the upgrade for just $10 or the equivalent in your region. The Last of Us showrunner Craig Mazin has clarified that there won't be a spin-off featuring Bill and Frank, dispelling rumors sparked by actor Nick Offerman's comments at the Creative Emmys. Offerman jokingly suggested a prequel series was pitched, but Mazin emphasized there won't be more Bill and Frank, not even as a flashback during the next season. Supermassive Games' 2015 horror game Until Dawn is set to be adapted into a film, with director David F. Sandberg from Shazam and Lights Out at the helm. Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions are collaborating on the project, with Gary Doberman revising the script. Until Dawn is a choose-your-own-adventure game that follows 8 characters trying to survive a night on a snowy mountain, with the story shaped by player choices. Jig's Line, a gaming history publisher, is launching the PS2 Anthology, a 4-volume series chronicling the entire history of the iconic console and its games. Available for backing on Kickstarter, the series of books will cover the PS2's origins, production, and feature reviews of its extensive software library, including over 4,420 unique games. Backers can secure the complete collection or choose individual volumes, with a special collector's box version exclusively available on Kickstarter. It will be released in late 2024. Rocksteady co-founders Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker have established a new game development studio called 100 Star Games in London. They have not made an official announcement, but a listing appears on business information site Endel and website A Great Place to Work as a small team of 100 industry veterans and newcomers. Hill and Walker founded Rocksteady in 2004 and left in 2022. Remedy has clarified the recent legal dispute with Take-Two Interactive over their new logo, given a recent filing from Take-Two where they found it too similar to Rockstar's logo. In a statement sent to Eurogamer, the Finnish developer said the issue was resolved amicably in late 2023 after initial legal formality, emphasizing an ongoing positive partnership between the two companies. The legal dispute initiated by Take-Two was merely a procedural step, ensuring the brands continue collaborating without conflict. An unannounced Far Cry spin-off titled Captain Laserhawk Ninja Warrior was briefly spotted online through a PEGI rating before being removed. The game is based on Netflix's animation Captain Laserhawk: A Blood Dragon Remix, which itself is inspired by the Far Cry 3 spin-off Blood Dragon. The leaked details suggest a PvP multiplayer game featuring laser death matches with avatars breaking into pieces upon impact. Ubisoft was contacted by IGN but declined to comment on rumors or speculation. The leak also coincides with reports of Far Cry 7 in development. Harmonix has announced the end of DLC releases for Rock Band 4 after 8 years and nearly 3,000 songs. DLC drops will cease on January 25th, but players who have already purchased songs will retain access. The announcement follows the recently released Fortnite Festival, a music-themed mode in Fortnite that seems will eventually support Rock Band 4 instruments. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. Come back on Monday for a new video, but remember to share your thoughts on any of these news in the comments below, like or dislike to let me know your feedback, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, such as a February PS Plus game announced, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!